Hey, it's Chef Nathan Davis, head chef and owner of The Polished Chef. Today we're going to show you how to sear a filet mignon. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get you a little brush, or you can use your fingers if you want. And we're going to just kind of brush that filet with oil, get it nice and covered. And we're going to do this so our salt and pepper stick to it really well. Just gently, nothing too, you don't want it dripping off or anything. As you can see, it's not dripping. And then just a little bit of salt. And a little bit more salt on the other side. And I like a lot of salt on my steak. I don't know about you. I'm a salt kind of guy when it comes to a steak. And then a little bit of pepper, nice pepper crust on here. All right, so now we got our salt and pepper crusted on our filet, nice and evenly. So now we're gonna come over here, we're gonna put it in the pan. So while we're doing this, we wanna go ahead and have our pan getting nice and hot. So we got our pan on high heat. As you can see, before I even pour the oil in here, the pan's already starting to smoke a little bit. So we're gonna pour our oil in. And a lot of people, where they make their mistake is once they see that pan smoking, they like to try to turn it down a little bit. But once you put a cold piece of meat into your pan's gonna lose some temperature. So you really want it nice and hot. So once you get that oil in there, you notice that oil will start to smoke a little bit as well. So then we're gonna drop our filet in and then give it a nice little press. That way the whole filet is sticking to the pan. Now that we got our filet sitting in the pan, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it sit for about 2.5 to 3 minutes. That way it forms a really nice crust on that side. Key is you wanna make sure you don't touch it. Just let it sit there, let it do its thing, let that crust form. And you'll notice right now we're about 1 minute in and the pan is still smoking. We haven't turned our heat down at all. If you don't have a nice hood vent to suck all that smoke up, you can put your pan on the grill, or if you have a burner outside on your grill, those work really good as well. It's been about 2 minutes, so now we're gonna flip it. As you can see, look at that beautiful crust. Nice, even crust on the outside. It's not burnt, but it's nice and tough. I mean, that's so tough. All right, so now we're gonna flip it. We're gonna make sure that oil is in between the pan and the filet. And we're gonna press it down again on this side. And then we're gonna let that go for another 2 minutes. And then we're gonna add a piece of butter, a sprig of rosemary, and then we're gonna finish it in the oven for about another 4 minutes to get that perfect medium rare. So now it's been another 2.5 minutes. We're gonna turn our pan off. And as you can see, we got a nice crust on both sides of this filet. We're gonna take our rosemary, put our butter right here on top and our rosemary. All right, so now we got a crust on both sides of our filet mignon. That's pan seared. We topped it with butter and rosemary. And now we're gonna put it in the oven at 400 degrees for another 4 minutes. We're gonna check on our filet. That butter is nicely melted, it's nice and brown. That rosemary smells absolutely beautifully. So we're gonna put it right there and let it rest. All right, so now our filet's rested for a few minutes. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut it. We're gonna see how it looks. Look at that, perfect medium rare. 2 minutes on each side in the pan, 4 minutes in the oven at 400, and we got a perfect medium rare steak. Look at that. Look at that, beautiful filet mignon, nice and juicy. Look at that. Hey, it's Chef Nathan, head chef and owner of The Polished Chef. If you're liking all these videos, these tips and tricks that we're giving you, please like and follow, subscribe to the page. That way you're notified every time we drop a new video. Thank you so much.